I feel like with menopause, men have to get on board with this. Like we have got to get the husbands involved.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that the male folk might have never heard of, especially if you're my age, but if you're female, you might know about it. I'm going to be talking about menopause. So, I'm so excited. I've stitched together a few videos for us to watch together, and then afterwards, I'm going to join you guys on the other side. So make sure you watch till the end to hear my thoughts on this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's dive in.
I feel like with menopause, men have to get on board with this. Like we have got to get the husbands involved, the sons, the brothers, the coworkers, the neighbors. It's so critically important to get guys involved. And I think, even me, like, we joked about this. I do make some funny videos about guys with menopause, but at the core of that's a very serious side, which is guys have to understand this. And collectively, we all have to really start to raise the volume to get the voice up. And hopefully, at some point, there'll be another large study that's done that will shed more light on this topic. Again, it's the only universal female medical experience. Every woman's going to go through it. So we have to have more resources. For men, I think the messaging I would send out to men, especially for spouses, for husbands, support. Ladies need support. And this can be a really, really scary time for them. They don't know what's going on. They're having the symptoms. They might have gone to their doctors and they've just been told that there's nothing they can do to just stop eating chocolate chip cookies, don't drink wine, take some anxiety medication. A lot of times, ladies, they know something's wrong with their bodies. They can tell they're very in tune to their bodies. So they're not feeling like themselves. The exercise isn't working. The diet isn't working. They're struggling at work. They're getting short with the kids. They might be getting short with the husbands. They need support. And the one person that they really need to be able to rely on are the husbands. You, as the husband, have to be able to provide that support for them. So I think the messaging to guys is be there for your wives, educate yourselves on it as well. A lot of times there's things going on that they don't even understand why it's going on and they're not getting answers anywhere. It's very frustrating for them. I can say probably from a guy standpoint, however frustrated you are, multiply that by 100. That's probably how frustrated your wife is. So work with her, support her, educate yourself on it. Try to do as much as you possibly can to help her to understand that you're there for her, that you're going to support her. And at the end of the day, just let her know that she's not alone. You'll be there by her side. So it's all about support for the guys. They have to be able to support the wives.
Men, here are 5 tips to step into when you are in a relationship with a woman who's going through the menopause. Number 1, don't try to understand her behavior. You will never understand it. Number 2, accept that what she's going through is a natural part of her evolution as a woman. Number 3, it's not about you. If she projects on you, it's not about you. Number 4, never, ever shame her or make her feel like she's wrong for behaving in an irrational way that you don't understand. Next, learn to preserve your relaxation. Learn to center yourself so that when you go home, back into the home, you can hold everything. Number 7, this is a golden opportunity for you to grow and reflect on what is being shown to you. Learn to cultivate non-reactivity. This is a big topic for us men, and I hope that some men will comment on this post.
Personally, I think men should be learning about menopause too. First of all, we're still trying to figure it out as women, figuring out the symptoms, figuring out when we hit perimenopause or menopause, and it's super confusing, and the conversation is just starting to be normalized. So imagine what a man in your life might be thinking or not thinking. They don't know what's going on. We barely sometimes know what's going on. So I think it's really important that you have that support in your life, whether it's your partner, whether it's your husband, your brother, your uncle, your son. I think it's really, really important that you talk about it and you let people know what it is and what's going on. There are a lot of symptoms of menopause. A loved one might be able to see something in you that you don't see in yourself, a symptom, some kind of sign of what you're going through. And so it's really important you let the people around you, the people who love you, the people who are with you every single day know what's going on and not feel any kind of shame.
The number one thing that men need to know about menopause is be supportive. If you're not going through this transition, chances are you won't ever fully comprehend and understand what your partner is going through when it comes to this transition. It's impossible for you to fully grasp that. But what you can do is be supportive, be open, work on your communication. If that was a weak spot for you before, reach out for a therapist to maybe give you some tips and tools about communicating with your partner, or even a good self-help book. But you really want to be supportive. Whatever your partner tells you that they need, don't be judgmental. Don't be suspicious that they're not really having the symptoms that they say that they're having, because you're not in that woman's body. So the best thing that men can do is to simply be supportive.
All right. Now, before we begin, before we dive into my 2 cents on this topic, I want to emphasize that this is not information that's coming from a healthcare professional. I'm not a healthcare professional. This video is for educational purposes only. And if you are seeking verified medical information, please consult a qualified healthcare provider. Now, let's dive in and explore some essential things every man should know about menopause. So, the first question I'm sure you're asking yourself is, what is menopause? So, menopause is a very natural biological process that occurs in women, typically between the ages of 45 and 55. Now, it is a transition period where hormone levels decline and menstrual cycles cease. So, during menopause, the ovaries stop producing a hormone called estrogen. And this leads to a range of physical and emotional symptoms. Now, let's define some key terms that might have been used in the video that you did not pick up. And now that I'm giving context, you can actually go back to the video and piece the puzzle together, right? So, perimenopause refers to the time leading up to the menopause where hormone levels start to fluctuate, while postmenopause refers to the stage after menopause where hormone levels have stabilized at a lower level. Now, menopause can cause a range of physical symptoms, including things like hot flashes, things like night sweat, especially on the night sweats, things like vaginal dryness and sleep disturbances. Now, hot flashes are sudden feelings of heat, often accompanied by sweating and flushing. Night sweats are hot flashes that occur at night, disrupting sleep. Vaginal dryness can cause discomfort during sex. So, for example, a woman might experience hot flashes during a meeting or while sleeping, and this leads to embarrassment or disrupted sleep. Now, menopause can also cause emotional symptoms like mood swings, anxiety, and depression. Hormonal changes can affect a woman's mood and behavior, leading to irritability, frustration, or sadness. So, for instance, a woman might become easily annoyed or withdrawn, affecting her relationships with family and friends. Menopause can also impact relationships in various ways. Communication, intimacy, and emotional connection can be affected. Women might feel self conscious about their body changes and experience a decrease in libido. Men can support their parents, but their partners rather, by being open minded, understanding, and communicative. By working together, couples can navigate this transition and strengthen their relationship. So, In addition to all this, the question is, how can men support their partners during menopause? Now, here are a few tips. Please be patient and understanding. Encourage um, women going through menopause to seek medical help if need be. And also, um, offer emotional support. For example, a man can offer to accompany his partner to doctor's appointments to help with household chores when she's feeling overwhelmed. And riding on that point, there are so many misconceptions about menopause. Some people view it as a sign of aging or a loss of femininity. However, menopause is just a natural part of life, and women can thrive during this stage. So, by educating ourselves and being open minded, we can work to break down these misconceptions and support women during menopause. So, that's it for today's video. I've hoped you've learned something new about menopause or how you can support your partners. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And if there are any other videos you'd like me to make, please leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you and goodbye.